We have a moderate flood warning for the lower Goulburn River. There is also a minor flood warning for the Broken River and a warning for the Broken Creek. It's a case of wait and see. Wait for the rain, see what happens.
In the last days of February 2012, a large rainfall event fell across the Moira Shire. Totals of between 150 and 300 millimetres of rainfall fell over a 4-day period. This represents in some cases up to 80% of the total normal average rainfall. The resulting flood emergency event, which flowed along the Broken Boozy Creek system, Muckatar Depression and indeed overland, spanned 18 days and impacted 75% of the total area of the municipality. The combined efforts of emergency services, volunteers, council staff and the community contribute to one of the largest response efforts ever seen in the region. The 2012 March floods resulted in over 220 homes being inundated, 1,800 properties directly impacted and more than 10,000 residents either directly or indirectly affected. The recovery from this event, the cost of which is estimated at $40 million, took 2 years to complete. This is the story of the March 2012 floods through the eyes of those involved and those affected by the disaster.
This is the biggest flood we've ever had.
The writing was on the wall with the Muckatar Depression. It was so full, the Boozy and the Broken, and they all heading for one point. Like you didn't have to be a rocket science work out. This has got to be bad.
We had tropical moisture interact with low pressure, and that system hung over us for quite a while, delivering a lot of rain.
Yes, my role in the flood emergency was as a regional controller. To put it in the context, we had a rain event predicted by the Bureau for the whole of the northeast of Victoria, and we had pre-positioned 2 incident control centres in the region, one at Wangaratta to cover the northeast area up into towards Walwa, where we had flooding as well, and one in Shepparton to look after basically the city of Greater Shepparton and Moira Shire footprints. The advice was predominantly the rain would fall in the northeast catchments rather than the Goulburn Broken catchments. So we were prepared, but we did have a lot of resources sitting up in the northeast area because the area over here in the Moira Shire was considered a low risk. Unfortunately, the rain didn't fall according to the models, and the impact was clearly in Moira and Shepparton.
I was there to act as a conduit, if you like, between the organisations involved, all the government agencies, the SES, etc., and our own staff who were involved in the relief works.
3 to 4 feet in the middle of the farm, and down there it was about knee deep going through to Neville Hollands, which I didn't think was possible. But
myself in the what's called the MERC, Municipal Emergency Coordination Centre, I had an assistant there with me. There was police commanders out in the road looking after the police at traffic management points, and there was police assisting the SES in their search capabilities.
And I said to them, look, guys, this is the biggest one we've had with 15 odd inches out there in the east. For God's sake, get ready, because this is coming and it's all coming your way. If you're not ready for it, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Realised that this was an event that would impact on a vast amount of our municipality.
The neatly spaced rains, the land was quite saturated, and then we had 3 to 4 inches of rain, so all airspace was taken up, the creeks had filled up, and then we got another 3 or 4 inches on top of that, which meant the water basically, there was no holding, it just came straight through.
It was rising very quickly, so we got members of the action group together first, and they called all their neighbours, and by 5 a.m. we were sandbagging madly, trying to get the water around. Well, at that stage it was about 3 or 4 homes that were in direct threat of being flooded.
It was instant flash flooding wherever you sort of were. We start getting call-outs to help people, and it all happened very quick from early hours of the morning. A lot of fences were washed out, normally due to the stubble that washed up against the fence and then just blew it out. The stock being where they shouldn't be and trapped. It wasn't if it was a river that was coming down, you know, that we knew about that was going to happen for a day or two. This just happened instantly, and it was flooding off paddocks It was very tropical. Couldn't get onto your paddocks to move stock or shift them. I had 250 lambs trapped on about 10 acres, which they ate out in a couple of days, and I ended up losing a few, but not many, fortunately. And it's pretty hard work for those people who know, trying to push stock through water. That was a real issue.
On the outskirts of Yarrawonga, farmer Andrew Taylor was up at the crack of dawn. He was